After you get married, God removes certain friends because some of them were loyal to the old you, and they cannot follow you into your covenant. This is one of the most confusing seasons a married person goes through because nobody warns you about it. You expect your marriage to add people to your life. You do not expect it to quietly take some away. Friends you laughed with for years suddenly feel distant. Calls stop. The energy changes, and you start to wonder if you did something wrong. You did not. What is happening is that marriage put a weight on your life, and that weight reveals who was actually carrying you and who was only standing next to you. God is not punishing you. He is protecting something brand new and very fragile, the same way a gardener pulls weeds away from a plant that just took root, not because the gardener is cruel, but because the weeds and the plant cannot grow in the same soil. So if you feel certain friendships fading right now, do not panic. By the end of this, you will understand exactly why it is happening. And the last reason on this list is the one almost nobody sees while it is happening to them. 1. God removes the friend who is still loyal to the single version of you. This is the most common one, and it is the one that hurts the most, because this is usually a good friend, not a bad person, someone you genuinely love. But here is the truth. They became your friend when you were single, and somewhere deep down, they still want that version of you back. The you who was always available. The you who dropped everything to hang out. The you whose whole world had an empty space in it that they used to fill. Now that space belongs to your husband or your wife. And even if your friend never says it out loud, a part of them feels replaced. So they pull. They guilt you. They say things like, "You have changed," or "You never have time anymore." And you start to feel torn in half. God removes this friend, not because they are evil, but because your covenant cannot survive, while you are still being pulled backward into who you used to be. A married person and a single person can absolutely stay friends, but only if the single friend respects the marriage. The moment they compete with it, God starts to separate it, gently or not so gently. And the friend you grieve the most is often the very one who was holding you back the hardest. 2. God removes the friend who feeds your complaints about your spouse. Pay very close attention to this one, because this friend feels safe, and that is exactly what makes them dangerous. This is the friend you vent to, the one who always takes your side. Every time you are frustrated with your husband or your wife, you call them, and they say exactly what your flesh wants to hear. "You deserve better. I would never put up with that. Honestly, if it were me, I would leave." And it feels like support. It feels like loyalty. But think about what is actually happening. Every conversation makes your spouse look a little smaller in your eyes. Every phone call adds a brick to a wall between you and the person you made a vow to. A real friend of your marriage points you back toward your spouse. A friend God needs to remove points you away from them. Here is something almost nobody realizes. The enemy rarely destroys a marriage from the outside. He destroys it through a trusted voice that you invited in yourself. So when God starts to quiet that friendship, when those calls get awkward or just stop, do not chase it. He is removing the voice that was teaching you to resent the very person you are supposed to fight for. 3. God removes the friend whose lifestyle pulls you back into things you walked away from. When you got married, you stepped into a new identity. You are a husband now. You are a wife. That is not just a title, it is a calling, and it comes with a higher standard for how you live. But some of your friendships were built entirely around your old habits. The late nights, the partying, the drinking, the flirting, the drama. And those friends do not know how to relate to you any other way, because the friendship was never really about you. It was about the activity. So when you stop showing up to that lifestyle, the friendship has nothing left to stand on, and it collapses on its own. This one usually does not even feel like a dramatic breakup. It just fades. You look up one day and realize you have not spoken in months, and strangely, you do not miss it. That is God. He is not taking your fun away. He's taking away the doors that the enemy used to use to walk into your life. Because a habit you could survive as a single person can quietly poison a marriage. And notice this, the friendships God protects are the ones that pull you up, while the ones He removes are almost always the ones that pulled you down. Hold on to that, because the next reason flips everything you think you know about loneliness. 4. God removes the friend you only kept because you were lonely. This is a hard mirror to look into, so let me say it gently but honestly. Before you were married, you had a void. We all did. A deep human need to be seen, to be chosen, to not be alone. And to fill that void, sometimes we hold on to friendships that are not actually good for us, simply because they are better than being alone. You tolerated things you should not have tolerated. You stayed close to people who drained you, used you, or never poured anything back, because the fear of having no one felt worse than the cost of keeping them. Then marriage came, and that void started to get filled in a healthy way by a person who actually committed to you. And suddenly, you do not need that draining friendship to survive the loneliness anymore. So God lifts it off of you. And here is the beautiful part you might be missing. The reason that friend is leaving now is that you no longer need them to. You are not losing support. You are losing a crutch you only ever held because you were afraid of falling. God waited until you were standing on solid ground before He took the crutch away. That is not abandonment. That is a Father who timed your healing perfectly. 5. God removes the friend who cannot celebrate your covenant. This is the last one, and it is the one almost nobody recognizes while it is happening, because it hides behind a smile. There are friends who can survive your sadness, but cannot survive your joy. They were wonderful when you were struggling, when you were single and searching, when you were on their level. But the moment God blessed you with a covenant, with a marriage, with a love that is going somewhere, something in them changed. They got quieter. The compliments got thinner. They started pointing out the flaws in your spouse, the problems in your marriage, the reasons you should not be too happy. And you cannot quite put your finger on it. But being around them after you got married just feels heavier than it used to. That heaviness is the tell. Because envy almost never announces itself. It does not say, "I am jealous of your marriage." It says, "I just do not think they are right for you." It wears the mask of concern, and God, who can see the heart that you cannot see, quietly closes that door before that hidden envy can do real damage to the most important relationship in your life. You will feel the loss. You may even blame yourself for it. But understand what He is doing. He is not isolating you. He is refusing to let a quiet enemy sit close to the thing He just built. So if you are in this season right now, watching friendships fade after the happiest decision of your life, hear this clearly. You are not the problem. Your marriage is not falling apart because the crowd around it got smaller. In fact, the opposite is true. The crowd is getting smaller because your marriage is getting real. A vow this serious cannot be surrounded by everyone you used to surround yourself with. Some people were assigned to a chapter of your life that is now finished, and trying to drag them into the next chapter only tears the pages. Think about it like this. When you build something valuable, you do not leave the doors wide open. You build walls, not to keep love out, but to keep the right love safe inside. That is all God is doing. He's building walls around a marriage he intends to bless. And walls always mean that some things on the outside have to stay outside. So stop grieving the people who could not come with you and start protecting the covenant they were never meant to enter. The friendships that survive this season are the real ones, the God-given ones, the ones that will still be standing beside you 20 years from now, cheering for a marriage they actually wanted to see win. Let the rest go. God removed them on purpose, and He only ever removes what was standing in the way of what He is about to do.